Hello and welcome everyone, and welcome to Proficiency Bonus. My name is Dan, aka Vol Pirate, and welcome to another episode of Alien RPG Evolved Edition. This is Building Better Worlds Frontier Fortune, episode 11. So, as a quick recap, last week our crew interrogated their prisoners and discovered a space station nearby. In the process, Ackbar Station. Is it a trap? We will soon find out. The crew splits up and goes their own ways. William, while processing Wexy and providing the report to the marshal's office, was offered a full-time job, which he seems willing to accept. And then, meanwhile, Franz had some special attention and was escorted to meet with Dr. Helena Ackbar herself, in which she surprised him in knowing a bit about his past and why he was keeping a low profile, and the fact that he might have seen something with Jim that he wasn't supposed to. But now that his face was in their system, that something would need to be done. And that is where we left off. And the crew has no idea about either of these. So, as always, anything that anyone wants to bring up before we start?
Mm,
I have a bunch of experience points, but I think I'm going to let them ride.
All right, so we're going to move to experience points. Anyone want to spend them?
see, I've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I am like one short of possibly bringing something up. Let me see. What do I have?
What do you want?
One short. I just think
Yeah,
of
right.
that what was it? State Farm or whatever commercial with the fishing line. Ooh, gotta be faster.
Got you $1. Yeah. Let's see. The only thing I could bring up to do would be mobility or stamina too. Stamina, mobility, and command are at 1. The rest of them are at 3. So nothing to really bring up at the moment.
Okay, and then Liam, anything?
I'm not gonna let it ride as well.
Okay. So then let's cut. Whoops, wrong button. Let's cut back over to Ackbar Station. This is where we left off. So just as a out of role type thing, William is going to be accepting the role as the marshal, and then Franz is going to kind of disappear. And then that is kind of the big thing there. I would say the other thing that I'm going to do is I am going to show you everyone on this station. Make sure that everyone is visible.
Assassins everywhere coming out of the shadows.
Yikes.
So obviously there's a lot more people actually in the station, but I made all of these characters that they're able to be interact with. Some of them have a story, some of them don't. And when I say story, I mean something more substantial than, yeah, I work here, this is great. And some of them will just be, yeah, I work here, this is great.
Man, times are tough.
Yes.
But this is
Pretty
great.
The other thing I do want to add is that if you go to the rulebook and you go to the appendix, which is page 308, that has a list of items. And then also you should have access to the rule books as well for Building Better World, Colonial Marines, the old stuff and all that. So you should have access to those ones as well. So you should be able to see the items that are there. The whole point in being, I'm not saying everything's available at the station. However, if you want to purchase something, feel free to float it by me. And then we'll use this as a reference point. So if you're like, I really want that M56A2 smart gun, I'm going to say, yeah, that's not on the station. Now, at the same time, if you're like, I want that 357 Magnum revolver, I'll be like, cool. It says 300, but out here, it's actually 500.
That's fair.
So,
I want that thing that the one player had in my game that did not have a description of what it actually did. We spent like I forget how long trying to figure it out. She went on to like the Reddit and was like, "Oh, everybody in the Reddit's talking about how there's not a description for this thing." It's like, "Okay, great."
it's actually the all-seeing power to make you invisible.
Yeah.
And not stay invisible. You can actually go in and out. Not
the Yautja tech.
yeah. All right.
Buying stuff, huh?
So you now have access to the station. William's kind of going to be over here by the marshals. Franz, I'm going to leave over here in the corporate zone just as awareness. That way you know he's over there. As a reminder, also, you will not be able to get into the main corporate zone. That is blocked off. That is the wing where obviously Dr. Ackbar is, who is very rarely seen. So,
Okay.
Sam, you were at the
Well,
restaurant, I
yeah.
believe.
I was at the restaurant. Yes, I seem to have kind of like strolled out into the lobby by the security station, but
I don't know what you're doing over there, but
yeah, I don't either. I don't know if I picked myself up and was moving around just playing with it, but anyway, so at this point, Sam has not realized that Franz has disappeared
that would be
because
correct.
at the point where Sam does realize Franz disappears, Sam is going to do something to try to figure it out because he was, they were buddies. But
Yeah.
that's in the future. At some point in time, like another day or whatever, Franz doesn't turn up. Sam's going to be like, "What the heck?" But for the time being, Sam's in the restaurant. He's going to order a nice meal.
Okay.
With whatever like the finest alcohol they have to serve here is, and he's going to take some time to compose a letter to his brother Franklin talking about what has been going on these past couple weeks, and enjoy the meal, and then we'll see what happens after that.
Okay.
I see there are some people here in the restaurant, so maybe there's somebody. At the very least, I'm going to strike up a conversation with my waiter
Okay.
or waitress, whichever it is.
So first and
And
foremost, go ahead and remove your stress and anything else. I'm gonna say uh, you're gonna be able to relax, unwind, and as you're getting the meal, you're writing the letter, you're gonna be talking to people. So we'll play you out a little bit.
all right.
And before we get to that, just as a awareness, that is Veranda's restaurant owner profile. It's owned by Marisol Mary Veranda. She's early 50s, former USCMC mess specialist,
Oh.
and then is the current proprietor of Verandas at the station. It's the most reliable place to get a hot meal and a straight answer.
Straight answers. I like. Um,
She's known for two things. She's known for making food edible out of whatever quartermaster scrapped together that she was able to while in the USMC. But since then, she also listens more than she talks. Um, and yeah, she actually makes good food now because she doesn't have to sit there and go through um, all the different canned food of whatever's left over. And I'm going to tell you this, the menu uh, is breakfast is served all day or cycle.
ooh.
There's frontier hash plate, rehydrated potatoes, protein cubes, onion flakes, and a fried egg substitute. Surprisingly good. The marine style oat brick, dense filling, nearly indestructible, comes with a synthetic berry syrup. Does that as an ode to her past. Some main dishes are station stew, a rotating mix of whatever protein shipment arrives. It's thick, it's savory, and it's comforting. There's a spiced noodle bowl, broth made from a long boiled bone substitute. It's got noodles, greens, and a kick of chili paste. Fried skimmer fillets, lab grown whitefish seasoned and pan fried, served with tangy algae slaw. Veranda special plate, grilled protein strips of rice substitute, sauteed greens, and her secret sauce. Some sides are compressed grain loaf, warm slice, and shockingly edible. Pickled vegetable mix, crunchy, salty, and a station favorite. Fried root chips, thin, crispy, and addictive. Drinks, brewed coffee, enough to wake the dead. Recycled
That's
filtered water. Dock workers' delight. It's a questionable homemade liquor. And then they have a sweet gel cup and a chocolate-ish bar.
Chocolate-ish.
Chocolate-ish.
Excellent.
So we're going to pause there and go over to Liam. Liam, where did you go? I can't find your character right now.
He's in the
Isaac
stores.
is in
Oh, you're in the
stores.
stores. Okay. So what's kind of your plan for the day?
Well, he is rather grateful to be away from everyone else. Living in a confined environment with the same people day in and day out tends to be very irritating, especially since whenever he tries to get work done, he's either harassed by his CEO or the security teams yelling about some problem in the cargo bay. So, for one, it's nice for him just to get some space, but at the same time, he's looking for some particular items in preparation for the next system they're going to. Something that wasn't already part of the ship.
Okay. Yeah. And then I would also say that feel free to remove whatever stress you have. And then I would say you would see a layout of the station. You would kind of get you being very knowledgeable, you would like to know the layout of the ship, and you'd kind of very quickly see that it's actually sketched on the side, and it's pretty well done. It's got like the emergency layouts where it's saying where to go, and if you look around, there's actually like marks on the floor for emergency telling you which way to go. It's actually pretty well done for a space station that's, you know, fairly old. Well, not fairly, but went offline for a bit, and that the fact that they brought it back up to snuff. So go ahead, remove your stress. I know you were tunnel vision or something else, so feel free
Yeah,
to
that's
do
already
that.
been removed. Yeah,
Hey, thanks for the sub.
thank you.
And then anything else off the top of your head?
Yes. He's gonna look through some of the stores. He's gonna try and find one that has any old suits. And the one model he's looking for specifically is the Presidio Mark 8 Advanced SE suit. That's included in the Building Better Worlds rulebook on
Oh,
page
okay.
62.
Yep. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong. Wrong book. Sorry, I am trying to find this. GM guide, is this it? I was like, do I have the book over here? Or did I leave it upstairs by accident? I left it upstairs by accident.
I can tell you what the
Okay.
stats. I already researched it.
Okay, what's the cost of it? And then just tell me what the description is.
So the cost is 800 UA dollars
Okay.
average, and it's those suits they used for in the movie Prometheus.
Yes.
It's that suit.
Okay. I am going to say
I
Um,
mean, it's like an old suit. It was back in 2091, so it's like
yeah,
100 years old almost. So
that's what
hopefully that makes the price a bit lower.
I was just thinking about that, and we'll come back to that.
Sounds good.
And then yeah, so feel free to like I said, remove your stress and everything else. And then we will switch over to Stanley.
Yeah, so right now, Stanley is looking for just stuff that, ship supplies and everything like that is needed. Going through, the manifest and just, checking off all of the boxes. Um, Making sure all of the rehydrated food is replenished. Um, Making sure that hypersleep contain the I'm just gonna say Freon because I don't know what else to call it.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
For hypersleep chambers are there, just kind of all of that kind of stuff right now.
Okay. And then anything else that you're going to be doing throughout the rest of the day?
Not that I can think of right now, because as far as as far as Stanley's concerned, there's nothing amiss.
Okay.
As far as any individual items, I am just kind of looking through stuff and trying to figure out if there is anything that Stanley would want personally. But as far as individual things going on, nothing as of yet.
Okay. I am going to put our NPCs onto the map as well. Because what good is a station if you don't get to go use it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I didn't do this earlier, but I just now realized. I was like, these people would absolutely be going down there. I mean, could you imagine Ellis? God, he'd be having a field day out there. He's probably going
He
to
will
be
be dead
like,
in alleyway.
he'd probably do very well
What's this?
here.
What's this?
Yeah.
There's colors everywhere.
God, imagine the.
Oh, God.
Oh my.
What's the name of these sisters again? Steph?
Uh,
Elizabeth?
Kyrian?
Kyrian. We're way off.
I
Imagine
was like,
Kyrian's just falling behind.
all right, I'm giving you Mason next to you. We're gonna put Ellis, Kyrian, and then we're going to put Flash with them, and then we're gonna have Gadget over here, and then Morgan and Riley are just kind of gonna be around. All right. And I just found it. The Presidium Mark 8. So yep, 800 armor rating, all that stuff. So
Well, yeah.
awesome.
And then he
So
also has other items, but he's going to start looking for that first. So he's only looking for like 3 big things, the suit being the first one. So it's not a big list.
okay.
Well, it's important.
So we're gonna go back to Sam. Sam, you are exploring the back rooms. You're going to the security station.
Sam's
You're
dancing
doing all.
around here. I was curious. Are these rooms part of the restaurant?
It's on my.
You know, I was considering that. I think
They,
so.
they look the same as the rooms over here.
Yeah.
So,
So I'm gonna say
and this
yes.
had me thrown, this security station thing, or is that like a call box?
It's probably a call box.
possibly? All right.
Well,
then I'll go back over here where I was before.
And so
I'll be the guy in the corner, the Aragorn guy sitting in the back, drinking his coffee, eating his there was a breakfast
Lemon bread or whatever.
Good. Either that or the fish. But the fish probably doesn't go with the coffee that Sam feels like drinking, so he's gonna order there was some kind of potato thing and some kind of breakfast thing. He's gonna order that. He's gonna drink some coffee, continue writing the letter to his brother, and just kind of like scope out the people in this place. Who's in here anyway? And what time of the day is it?
Yes.
Quote unquote day.
So let me see if I can find out. I have an extra person here. Well, did I mess up on this person? I did. I made a double of this person. No wonder. I was like, who is this character? I don't know who they are. I
They're
was like,
twins.
all right. So in the station, so when you go into the restaurant, it is going to be like any sci-fi restaurant. Basically, it's like you walk in and it's straight 50s. Doesn't matter which sci-fi you go to, it's straight 50s. You walk in, it's kind of
I
a
was on the
diner.
Galactic Star Cruiser, so I can imagine pretty big sci-fi restaurant. Trust me. But I'm thinking more a little low key, a little less flashy and shiny, right?
Yes, it's definitely going to be a diner. I would say, if you remember Star Wars when they were on Coruscant and Django, no, wasn't Django,
Jax.
Jax. When they're at the restaurant and they go there, I would say it's kind of like that. One of those just kind of pub places where you can kind of see through. You have Mary, who's kind of going around. She's running the place. You can tell she's in charge. Kind of a very prominent what's it called? Presence. And then you have Jace Stitch, who's one of the line cooks back there, going around doing whatever's needed and everything else. And then Lyra is going to kind of be the staff, the server, busser, kind of going around. And so she would be the one that you would be interacting with.
All right, Lyra. Lyra, okay. So tell me more about Lyra. I say, hi, Lyra. My name's Sam. Just got in from out on the frontier. I'm a captain of a ship.
There it is.
You may have heard of it, the USCSS Arsenal. I'm sticking with that name just for fun. And yeah. And I'm new here. What do I need to know about the place? What can you tell me? And I'd like a endless pot of coffee, please.
And then she kind of comes over and she's like, "Oh, you're new here." And she kind of puts the menu down in front of you. And then she goes, "I'm Lisa. I will be helping you." She's younger. She's on
Lisa?
Lisa.
I thought
Or
you
sorry,
said
Lyra.
Lyra.
You're
okay.
right. Age 27. So
Okay.
younger, and then she comes over and she's very graceful. And like the way she walks, she knows how to like catch your eye. And so she's like, "Oh, you're a captain. Well, welcome. Like it's a pleasure to have you here. This is Veranda's restaurant. The food here is amazing. And I will absolutely," and as she comes over and she kind of puts her hand down, "I will get you that coffee," and kind of brushes your hand and walks over and then grabs a pot and then brings it over with a cup, pours it, puts, not milk, but whatever the space substitute is, and
Space milk.
and
I think
not
it is actually
exactly
space
sugar, but the substitute of it.
Yeah. And that's fine. I'm
And
used to it.
and Splenda, of course, is still around, so um and so yeah,
Wow. It almost smells like real coffee.
I know. And she goes, "How can I help you today?"
Well, what do you recommend from the breakfast menu? And what what sort of well, let's just go with the breakfast menu first. Um
And she
and
she
then
go ahead.
go right ahead.
She kind of turns and goes, "Oh, sweetie, there's only two options, and by two options I mean one. There's the Frontier hash plate, or
Hey,
there's the Marine brick. It's last resort. I don't recommend it."
Frontier hash plate it is then. And keep
Uh,
the coffee coming.
absolutely, hon. So, what what brings you to the station?
Well, you know how it is. Sometimes
I don't. Can you elaborate a little bit?
wealthy businessmen like to send a ship out to try to find whatever sort of valuable things that are out there on the frontier. And yeah, so we've just been out and about looking around, scouting out planets for our 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 company.
Oh,
And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm trying not to let anything out, obviously. Just, the the basics of, yeah, I'm a ship captain. We've been out there just kind of scouting around.
and
Haven't
she's
found anything necessarily worthwhile. Seen a couple neat planets, but we haven't cataloged anything of value.
it's like, oh, explorers. You must have a very nice ship and a big crew to be able to go around doing all those fancy things. I couldn't imagine doing something like that. I just like sticking to things that I like to be able to call home and control. Being able to be out there in the wild just gives me the jeebies.
Do you
But
get many exploration ships coming through? What's your normal what's your normal group of people that come into the restaurant here? Who's normally here?
we get all sorts of types. Name a type, and they're here. Corporations,
Yeah.
military, scum, explorers. Though not so many lately. But yeah, we get a little bit of everything and just they come, they stop in, get what they need, and sometimes they're back. Usually they're not.
Interesting. Well, um, yeah. So, what sort of I'm writing a letter to my brother, and I'm wondering what sort of communications capabilities, like you must have some kind of high gain antennas that I can transmit a message back to the core, right?
Oh, absolutely. You just have to write the letter and then go down to the comm center and put your request in, and then they'll help you get situated with the time slot and everything else. If it's just kind of a mail that you want to send, you just go ahead, go down there, and just drop off your data chit and then or transfer it over, and then they'll work on getting it out for you.
Okay, great. Thank you. I appreciate that information.
Of course, hon. And she kind of turns and like walks back and kind of a little bit of a
Does she
hip.
say that with a Baltimore accent by any chance?
She doesn't know what Baltimore is.
Hmm. Hasn't been back to good old Terra. And you, oh, there we go. And where are you from? Kind
Uh,
of curious where she's from.
Let me pull up her background again. I just switched it. And she kind of looks and she goes, "Oh, me? You don't need to know where I came from. I was just from little podunk frontier colony, and then grew up around traders, smugglers, survey crews, a little bit of everything. And needless to say, I came here because I wanted some stability and I didn't want to have to deal with all those scumbags. And here on the station, Miss Ackbar, she runs a tight ship around here.
That's what I've been led to believe. Don't get out of line, right?
Absolutely. Just follow the rules and everyone's happy. I'll be back to fill up
That's
that coffee for you." And she kind of like notices
thanks.
you've already finished it and goes
Oh
walking
yeah.
back.
Yes. More coffee, please. In
And
fact, I'm almost out.
I know, same here. And I'm like, so we'll pause and go over to Stanley. I mean, yeah, Stanley. I looked at Isaac and I said Stanley. I was like,
I know I got a haircut, but I'm not that different a person.
I don't know, man. New hair, new you.
I
yeah.
hope so.
Okay, Stanley. Have you been
All right.
figuring out what you're gonna do here? You got
So,
Mason with you, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, so like I said, just kind of going through the stuff of like what's on the ship, what we need, what we don't have, and one of the things that I am seeing that we are lacking, at least for myself, is is a little bit of leisurely items.
Okay.
Mainly some like uh, after work, after shift libations.
Okay. And what would those be?
Just a couple bottles of
Chat says
alcohol. A little
beer.
bit of little bit of brandy.
Aspen beer.
So I will say on the station, you are going to be able to find homemade beer, and then the where is it? The Dock Workers Delight, which is basically their moonshine.
Mm.
And then it's kind of going to be very, very, very expensive, but there are some very few bottles of actual, like, named branded liquor if you're looking for them.
Hmm. And how expensive is that going to be?
I am going to go with. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. Looking at the food here, so beer and booze, they say it runs from roughly 5 to 500. I
Yep,
am going to put it. I'm gonna say, what particular style liquor are you looking for? That'll help me.
probably a nice cognac.
Cognac, 350.
350. All right. I will take that out of my personal amount and get a couple of bottles just to have in my quarters.
Yep, that's absolutely able to happen. And let me see. I'm going to pick your ownership. Okay, I unlocked beer. There's got to be liquor in here. Okay, I can't find anything. Hard liquor, there we go. Keep forgetting that I can actually just type it in and search, and I don't have to actually look. So I unlocked a beer and liquor. Are you going to get more than one bottle? I would say there are 4 bottles available for sale. But after you bought the first one, the price went up to 400.
Because of course it
Yep,
did.
scarcity.
Yep. Now I'll just buy the one bottle for now, mainly because it's like this is mine. This is for me. I have self control, and it's not going to go in all one night.
All right.
I'm a
Well,
sophisticated individual where I drink it in front of the fireplace while sipping it gradually.
Franz says that he probably has a few gallons of meat fermenting on the ship. Oh, uh, and then I will say, as you're getting like all the stuffs for the ship, surprisingly, um, they're all there. It's all readily accessible. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and they're actually like not that far. Like they're more expensive, but they're really not that expensive, surprisingly. And as you talk with the
Right.
trader, they get regular shipments, and they have a very good supply. Um, logistics
Mm-hmm.
supply company coming through and dropping stuff off at a pretty regular basis. So that's how they're able to keep prices pretty reasonable.
Right. Okay. Um. Yeah. So I assume the this whoever this person is right here, who's right next to my person, is the trader NPC or whatever.
Yes.
Um, I will. ask. I will kind of ask and see what if he has anything on the basically the off the books catalog.
And he kind of turns and he goes, looks at you, and we do everything on the books here because all it takes is one thing from Ms. Ackbar, and you're off this place. So there is nothing that is off the record per se, but inquire about it and we can see what we have. Or going about getting it.
Okay. Let's see. Kind of looking through our actual ship supplies here. Medicinal, never sleep, never leave. Okay. It's pretty much there. Um. Yeah, it's like I'm looking through like the ship item list and whatnot. I'm all like, anything that I probably would have bought, like it's already kind of like on the ship list. So
Right. Yeah,
because hey, when you're actually working for a company, you have most of your items there already.
Yep. Well, we can pause there and then go over to Isaac. Isaac, you were looking at that suit. And funny enough, you would inquire about it, asking about what suits they have and stuff like that. And they kind of have a register of all the information readily available. And you just kind of go through your little tablet going through things, and then you'd kind of see it on there. And you see like there's no price on it. And then that's where we'll pick up.
So he's looking through this his tablet. He's scrolling down, and he's gonna look at the suit. His eyes widen, and then his brow furrows at the sort of empty entry where a price would be listed. And then he looks at the salesperson or the person who handed the registry. Excuse me, I have a question about one of your items here on this list.
Yeah, absolutely. Shoot.
This entry here mentions you have a Presidium Mark 8, but I'm not noticing any price associated with it. Is it on the market, per se?
Let me check that. And they kind of pull it back and they kind of look and they go, I don't know because it's not here in the store. I would have to check and see if it's back in storage or something like that. But I can definitely get back to you on that if that's okay with you. You're not pressed for time right now, are you?
No, not necessarily, but it's not
Great.
often you find.
I'll go back and I'll take a look and I'll be sure to get back to you. Is there a way for me to contact you?
Let's see. I
I
can
mean,
give
you can
you.
always come back if you want to. I'll have the
I'll come
information.
back by in an hour. I'll see if it's available.
Yeah, I should have more information about it. It says it's here, but I haven't seen it, and I'd have to go back and check and see if anyone's seen it back there or something.
All right. In the meantime, do you happen to know of any stores here that sell equipment for exploration? I'm specifically looking for a safari pack and a seabird detection kit.
Let me see.
So the safari pack is on page
65.
Yep, 65 of building battle roll.
I was
Oh,
just looking
keep-
at that too.
keep
the
looking at
Super
the.
detection kit is also on the same page.
Okay. Safari. That'd be Safari pack.
Yeah, weight 0, 100, and increases carrying capacity by 2.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say backpacks, Safari pack. There are definitely plenty available. And what
Okay.
was the other one?
The CBRN detection kit.
Oh,
Is it right on?
CBRN detection kit.
So this detects radiation and gets +2 to sickness rolls.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would say they point to the Safari kits, and then they're like, and she's like, right over there, and like they kind of point, and like you just completely missed it, and right to your left is like literally a wall of packs. And so I'm gonna put them. It says 100. I'm gonna put it at 120.
Yeah, that's fair.
For the pack.
And the detection kit?
And the
Is that
detection
in the same
kit.
store, or?
They'll kind of point to you, and they'll say, "Detection kit. We keep that." Actually,
Surely you must have some surplus from the Tyrian labs on the station.
Yeah, I think that's probably where we store it. I would probably go talk to the doctor about that one.
And
He
where
kind
might I
of
find a doctor?
the doctor's over in the medical center, the lowest point. So if you look at a roll, top right of the map.
Yep.
And they're like, yeah, go to the bottom of the station. A lot of the medical stuff will be down there. What they're able to sell, not sell, they kind of have to keep a steady inventory, but they keep it all in one place, and he kind of runs it. We tried doing it, and then we accidentally sold a little too many one time. He wasn't very happy, so he kind of took the responsibility of some of that medical stuff and things like that over with him. But yeah, you can go talk to him. I'm sure he might have that stuff.
Hopefully. And in the meantime, I hope that suit you mentioned is in storage.
Absolutely. I will have an answer for you in an hour.
All right. So I guess I'll make my way down the elevator to the MacArthur Medical Center.
Okay. Let's go ahead and move your character over there, and then we will jump back to Sam.
All right.
Sam.
Yes.
Lyra comes over and she goes, "Here you go, hon," and puts the hash right in front of you, polishes off your coffee, and she's
Okay.
like, "Eating all alone? None of your friends going to come with?"
Well, once we got off of the ship, we sort of all went off in a different direction. So, I don't really know where they are right now, to be honest with you. I imagine, I think some of them said they were going to go to visit some of the shops and they wanted to buy some things. So, um, I don't know what they are doing, but hopefully they're finding a way to spend all of the money that they've accumulated on their voyage. And then one of our other shipmates, he went to the marshal station. He had some business with the marshals.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, that made news all around here.
Oh, really? What can you tell me about that? What have you heard?
Oh, nothing. Just something about like turning them in, doing the paperwork, and then he maybe got offered a job or something like that.
Oh, really? Hmm.
Yeah, the last marshal kind of passed. He was kind of a asshole. Drank too much and ended up getting stabbed, which is weird because things like that don't really happen on the station. But I guess
From what
even
I've heard, that's kind of not really how things go down here, right? Was there an investigation? Was anyone charged with a crime? Do you know?
Oh, no,
well,
Marshall.
well, funny enough, the guy who stabbed him ended up getting shot by the security. And lo and behold, it was all wrapped up. But it was just odd. Like,
A nice clean case, right? Case solved.
yeah,
Done and over with.
it was between me and you. I think someone set it up to get rid of him.
And what makes you think that? I thought this was a fairly cleanly run place.
Well, it
Do you
is.
think there's stuff that goes on in the background that people don't talk about?
What place doesn't have its secrets? Come on.
This is true. This is true. So so you must know at least one secret, right? Come on. Tell me something. What's something that you know? I won't tell anyone. Just between you and me. Something that happened here that nobody knows about.
Well, it's all rumors, but this used to be a military station, of course. And the rumors are that uh, Dr. Ackbar used to actually work here. And that's why she wanted to buy this place, because she
Hmm,
seems it's like home or something.
that's
But
interesting.
no one knows. That's all speculation. And either
Have you
way,
ever seen Dr. Akbar?
I've seen her in passing. Beautiful lady for
Does she
her
come to the
age.
restaurant? Does
Oh,
she
no.
like, so she kind of just stays over on her side of the station mostly?
Oh, yes. She does not come out. Um, basically, and what is the guy's name again?
And Sam's curious as to like, because he doesn't really know the layout of the station yet, so he kind of wants to get from her like, where is this place? Just because Sam's a curious guy, he's seen it all a couple times over, and he wants to see some more. So he's kind of curious as to where Dr. Akbar is and what might be going on here.
Yeah, and she kind of goes and goes, "No, we don't see her that often. You'll see her in passing when she comes out and maybe greets some bigwig who's here for something, but mainly it's Rowan. Rowan's the face of everything here. He's the one that interacts, does everything, and kind of the intermediary between everybody.
Rowan. And what do you know about Rowan? Is Rowan new here? Has Rowan been here the entire time that she's been and like so and how long have you been here? And so, I am curious. What's the scoop? What's the deal here?
And she's like, "Oh, Rowan, he's been here longer than me, and I've been here 5 years." But nope,
Wow, that
he's
long, huh?
very uh well kept, sharp dress, doesn't make a mistake, keeps everything in line. Uh he can be, I don't want to say scary, because he's not scary, but he's firm and he's very reasonable with everyone. But occasionally you hear him talk some people that might have made a mistake, and you can tell his voice, even though it sounds the same, it is not the same. And luckily for me,
Hmm,
I haven't been talked to like that, and that's the way I'm keeping it.
okay. Yeah, it's nice, just stay on the good side of people, right?
Yeah, and
Does Rowan come down here often, or again, is he mostly over there in the in Akbar land, for lack of a better term, the corporate side?
oh, he's you see him around everywhere. Comes around,
Okay.
monitors, does things normal. But tell me about your
Does he
ship.
have a security detail?
Oh no, there's enough. And like you look around, there's kind of like a guard stationed
You
every
see, there's
so
a
often.
security station thing right here on the wall next to me, right? So I guess station security is pretty tight.
Yeah, and everyone follows the rules. But tell me about your crew, your ship. You said you're here with a corporation exploring or something like that, a company, or
Yeah,
sounds
it's a small
exciting.
company. Small company. We've and the owner of the company is actually on board the ship. So,
Oh,
in
really?
fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he and his executive assistant, they'll probably be down here at some point in time, getting
What is
some
he
food,
like?
enjoying the station.
I'll make sure I have to keep an eye out for him. What can you tell me about him so that way I don't miss him?
I give her a description of them. I say he's very enthusiastic. He's a very enthusiastic young man. You will not miss him. You will be able to tell who he is by the glint in his eye. He's very full of life, and he's naive in many ways. So those of us on board the ship, I believe, have been trying to help him get a better understanding of how things are on the frontier. And his assistant is very sharp. She's, and I describe her as very efficient, very well. What's a good way of describing Kyrian? Let's see.
Put together.
Yes.
Very mechanical, very robotic.
No, I still don't have. Sorry, Sam still doesn't have any suspicions of Kyrian being an android, mechanical
Correct.
person. What are we calling them?
She's just corporate. That's
Yeah.
what she is.
She's
She's very
corporate,
corporate.
yeah. She's corporate. Yes. He might suspect that Stan is an android before Kyrian. Sorry,
Fair.
Peter.
Like gasp.
Maybe you are secretly. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, and so Lyra's
Yeah, there are no
listening.
secret androids in this campaign.
Yeah. And as you say, young and naive and enthusiastic, she kind of see her like she doesn't like perk up and like show it, but you kind of see like a kind of pause, and then there was like emphasized and focused in on that detail just a little bit for a split second.
Right.
And
I could
so
be the matchmaker.
I like it.
Lyra? And wait, I have his name written down. Wait, Ellis. Lyra, Ellis, Lyra.
All right, and so we are going to go back over to Stanley. Stanley, anything that you want to do in this interim?
Yeah. Before leaving the stores, I'll get a couple of like units of just generic generic things of beer and a couple of other things here. I saw something on here that I'll find it again and let you know what else that I get for the ship. But as far as like personal items go, it's not really
Actually,
anything else that I really saw. So I'll probably just end up wandering around the ship. I'll probably end up heading to the diner at some point to get some non-ship food. Oh, right, that's what it was. The actual like colonial food packs.
okay, so the beer, it comes in gallon jugs, which is 128 ounces, which divided by 12 equals 10.66 beers in the standard 12 fluid ounces. So therefore, I will put these brewskis at per gallon. Let's go with $15 a gallon.
Okay.
So as many as you want, there are plenty.
Yeah, I'm not going overboard on it, but you know, just enough, just enough so that the crew can relax every now and then.
Yeah. And as you're getting there and you're purchasing the beer, behind you is Kyrian. As you are like picking up the gallons, or would you just be purchasing them and trying to have them delivered to the ship, or are you like
Yeah, they'd be delivered to the ship.
Okay. So then in that case, you wouldn't be picking up the beer, but you'd be like finalizing it, and you'll be like, I'll take X gallons of beer, and then as you finish and like turn around, you see Kyrian right behind you,
Mm-hmm.
and she kind of looks at you, And she just goes, "How is everything going?"
Resupply is complete. Didn't have to replace too many items. Added a couple things for crew relaxation. Because despite my priority on our profit numbers, I do still see the need for good ship morale to keep efficiency up.
All right. And then she kind of just looks around and she goes, "Very good. Anything of note?"
Not yet. I haven't taken time to explore the station just yet, but the night is young, as it is said.
And she goes, "And any issues with the marshal's office?"
I have not been to the marshal's office. That was names, things. I keep saying
William.
people's actual names instead of
Yeah.
their
William.
character names. Yeah. Yeah, that was William's department. He took the prisoner there to be processed, but I have not heard from him since.
And she goes, "Very good." Um, and then she's like, "And any issues with the filing of any paperwork for the claim?"
Uh, that was uploaded to the ICC's database before we even got here.
Very well. And she just goes, "Let me know if you need anything or if anything bubbles up." And she kind of turns around and makes her way back down the hall. And then we will.
Uh, the one thought that I have when I see her is who's looking after Ellis?
Which actually is where we're going to. So Kyrian was over here, and then she's kind of like walking back this way. He is going to. Ellis is making his way to the casino with all the lights and flashy and noise things. And so
I
Flash
was just thinking that.
is very much just kind of I would say one thing you noticed is Flash and Gadget. They definitely took their gear down. They're wearing much more casual clothes. They still have their sidearms and stuff, but they're much more dressed down, a little bit more not semi formal, but like casual clothes, but they still look clean.
Yeah.
That is something you would have noticed before getting off the ship, whereas before they're usually strapped, ready to
Shore
go.
leave, but on call.
Yeah. And so Ellis is over at the casino looking at the flashy, blinking lights. All right. So we are going to transition over to Isaac.
So I just got off the elevator and I'm at the MacArthur Medical Center.
Yep, let me pull up the notes. And all right. Go ahead. You go in and you can tell as you make your way through, everything is still well maintained as you make your way through. And then when you get to like the medical area, uh, it's very clean, it's very orderly. Everything kind of has a home where it should be. And when you walk in, there is a doctor, Eli Cade.
All right. I walk up to him.
Yeah, he goes, uh, my name is Dr. Cade. How may I assist you?
Well, and he readjusts the straps on his face mask. I was told you were the person that I needed to find concerning the option of purchasing a seabird detection kit.
Yeah, I think we have one of those in storage. I'm trying to think. I think we might have a couple, so are you trying to buy one or are you like looking to use it right now? Like what are you trying to do?
Well, I'm here on a short stop in between systems with me and another ship, and I feel like should we encounter anything that's, well, let's say I want to be prepared for most outcomes.
And he kind of just looks at you and he goes, "So you want to purchase a detection kit? Got it."
I
He
trust
goes,
that won't be an issue.
"No, I think we should have multiples. Let me see." And he kind of looks around and he's like, it's slow today. And then he goes, "Do you have time?"
Plenty.
And he's like, "All right, come with me. We can go into storage and go look and see if we can find one." Um, and he kind of like walks down the hall with you over to the Turian labs. Um, and when you walk in, he's just kind of making small talk with you. He's like, "So, what are you guys exploring? What do you guys, anything in particular you guys are looking for?"
Oh, much of it is classified, but standard fare. Exploitable resources, organic materials. I may have found something on our most recent venture, but we'll see how the rest of our survey sites pan out.
And he's like, corporation, got it. Yeah, I was a former medical corpsman with the USCMC. And so he's like going around and he's like moving
Oh,
boxes and he's like stacks it up. Like, even though everything's kind of boxed up nicely, he still has to get behind it and he's just kind of moving things around. He's like, where are they? And he's like, okay, here we go. And he's
so
like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah. Call it an Eve 1,000.
1,000. All right. And he pays the money. And if I may ask, why are you using this old laboratory as your storage area? You don't seem to get much use out of it, judging by how empty it is.
I just went ahead and made the detection kit available if it wasn't already. And he kind of
Where's
looks.
this on?
It's in the equipment. I might be under Alien RPG equipment.
Yep, I see it. Adding it.
Awesome. And he kind of looks around and he goes, "Yeah, this used to be a lab of some sort. Back when this used to be a military outpost, corporation sponsored it, so they had a lab on here like everyone else. They have to have their fingers and everything. So this was a lab, and then when this place went desolate, they shut it down. Everything was pulled. We don't have a use for it. We're not doing research. We're not bringing specimens, studying. And so, what better way to use this than to store stuff in here? So, um, yeah, that's legitimately all this is. It's just storage. Is like, feel free to look around. There's
Well, I imagine.
quarantine areas. There's little lab areas, and you can click the buttons, let the lights flick on, and all the things. But
You
nothing's.
still have this area powered, even though you're no longer using it?
Yeah, we store stuff here.
Right. Well,
Need to be able
I
to turn
might
on the
as well.
lights.
I might as well have a look around, see what sort of. I imagine all the data was wiped in any case, so it'll be nice to see something else. Being in the same ship for multiple days on end tends to have you a bit wound up.
Yeah. He goes, obviously, I can't leave you alone here because obviously all of our stuff is here, but feel free to look around. If you see anything of interest, let me know. I can go
Hmm.
talk and see if there's something we can sell.
So you use the storage for the entirety of the station or merely for your medical supplies?
I think a lot of the station has a lot of things here. We have like I've seen furniture. I keep all the medical stuff and some all the basic necessity equipment and stuff that's frequently used items are all here up in the front, but lesser used stuff we push to the back. That way it's stuff we don't need. We don't need access to
Well,
readily.
when I was speaking of storage, when I was looking to purchase a Presidio Mark 8 suit, they mentioned that it was likely in storage. If I could find it here, perhaps I can purchase it here already. It saves me time than waiting back at where they're looking to find it. I might even find them here looking for it.
Oh, you're the one that asked about it. I just got a ping if I knew anything about the suit. And he goes, everyone asked me since I'm always in here. Let's take a look around. And then he's like looking and he's like, suits are usually right here. And like he points to the left and there's like a rack of suits. And he's like, that one's probably older. So I'm gonna guess it's probably in the back somewhere. And he kind of
As a
starts
model, I know.
and he kind of starts
I'm just
digging.
imagining like the old style, like here, let me look for it, and like jumps in, starts throwing stuff like left and right, and
Yeah.
Nope, that ain't it.
Yeah, he kind of like goes to the
random.
back and is looking through it, and he's like, "Well, feel free to look around and see if you see anything else at the lab, since you are the only ones who seems interested in it. And I'll keep looking for the suit because I think I might have seen it back here." And he kind of like walks down a little bit.
All right. So with this guy distracted, I guess Isaac will make his way towards the quarantine area and check out what may have been left behind when they close up the labs. Perhaps something might be useful for his research, or if anything, maybe a piece of equipment will go quote unquote missing. We'll see.
Yeah,
You find a organic backpack-sized object,
yeah.
roughly egg-shaped.
Okay.
Um, let's see. All right, we are going to pause there. We're going to go back to Sam. Anything else that you want to do after your meal and having a wonderful conversation with Lyra?
Well, I'm gonna take a spin around the station, just this level of the station.
Okay.
Gonna go in a clockwise position, and this is gonna put me in the casino.
Yeah. And you're gonna see who else than uh Ellis with Kyrian who's beside him, and also Flash a little bit further back, and he's just happy he's at a whatchamacallit, a slot machine, and he's just like putting coins in. And he's like cranking it,
Right.
and he's like just like enthralled with it. He's like, this is so cool. And then he's like putting another one in, and he cranks it, and then like money comes out, and he wins a little bit. And then just he's sitting there cranking it, and he looks over and he catches your eye, and he's like, Sam, you gotta try this. This is amazing. This is so fun. All you do is you put
I'll
money in
be
and
right
you
there.
pull it.
That sounds great. I'll be right there. Before I go over there, I need to settle up my tab. Don't want to forget that part. I'm gonna leave her a really nice tip. What kind of money we talking about? Like $50, $30?
Let's see.
So new
I'm gonna
theory.
leave her a really nice tip too.
New theory. Ellis is actually a clone of a previous CEO and was literally born yesterday before the expedition started.
I'm going to go with the meal and drink is going to be, let's put it at $30.
All right, $30. I'm gonna leave her a $20 tip. Just because, hey, she can use that money for something good. So I'm taking $50 off my character sheet. There we go. All right. Now
Yeah.
back to the casino.
Well, I'll say she says,
And I'm going to spend most of my life in hypersleep.
yeah. And then
And
she
I'm
goes,
gonna leave it on the table
okay,
and try to sneak out without her, I don't want to
gotcha.
embarrass her or anything. It's like she was good, and I've been in space for a while. And when you're in space for a while, and you're talking to somebody and they're nice and they give you information, you want to leave them some money. What the heck? It's what we spacers do. All right, now at the casino, assuming she doesn't run after me and say, "Sir, I can't take this." In which case I'll say, "Yes, take it, please."
No, she actually runs over and she's like, only 20? No.
Sir, the recommended tip is 200%, not 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so you make your way over to the casino. And you see Ellis there, just full of happiness and joy, just cranking this slot machine. And it's just going and going, and music and colors and flashing.
Is he actually winning anything?
Surprisingly, he is. Like, he's actually,
Sometimes.
like, putting a coin in, and, like, sure, a couple of times it goes, but then it actually does pay out, and he's actually made, like, $100.
Oh, man. They call these things one-armed bandits back on Earth, right?
One-armed bandits? How could they be bandits? They're machines.
Theory being that they're machines that take your money. But I see you're doing a good job here.
Well, all machines take money.
Touch, I think.
And he's like, all machines take money. Duh. And he's like, yeah, I'm doing all right. And he goes, seems pretty easy. It seems like it gives me money, so it seems like it might be a you thing.
Yeah. Oh, keep going. Keep going. What other games do they have here? Have you tried anything else, or is this the only one you've tried?
This is the first one I saw, and I hopped in. I mean, I see tables and stuff over there, but this is so much fun.
Right. Yeah. And Sam's going to drop some couple bucks in the one next to where Ellis is sitting just to see what happens.
All right, roll a d6.
Roll a d6. Roll a d6.
Actually, let's do it this way. How many plays are
Okay.
you going to do?
Oh, let's go with 10.
10, and we'll say $1 a piece.
Yeah.
So let's do 10d6.
10d6. So if I do that slash roll space 10d6, that would roll 10d6s in theory?
I forget.
Yep,
Am I
that would.
typing in there? Did that work?
And if you click the 10d6, you'll see what you've rolled. So you only got 3 6s and 2 1s.
Okay.
Ah, okay.
So you got 3 6s. So with that, I'm going to say the first one, you basically get your money back. So you get
Okay.
one of those wins you get back, so you get $1 back on one. You get
Okay.
5 back on another, and then you get $20 back on the another. So $26 back in a $10 gamble. And Ellis is sitting there. He's like, "See, you won too. It's easy. We could just sit here and make money.
We could. Let's sell the ship and just sit here and Spin the dice all day. What do you think?
And he's
That
like,
wouldn't be any fun though. You admit it. You like being out there in space, don't you?
"Oh, don't get me wrong. I would love to hang out here, but maybe I'll get one of these like put on the ship, or maybe like back at the office, back at home. Like this is gonna be awesome."
Have you ever thought about going into the casino business?
He's like, "No, I didn't know. Like
Hmm.
I knew these existed, but I didn't realize how fun they were."
It could be a lucrative side hustle or business for you.
It's like,
Think about it. Ellis's Casino. I can see it now.
yeah, but it doesn't seem profitable. Like I'm winning. Like how are machines like if they're just giving out money? That just seems like you're losing money.
Well, I suspect that the Interstellar Commerce Commission probably has some regulations that deal with the amount of money that can be made or lost. Now, I don't know this for a fact, but everything's regulated. You know that. You're a businessman. You know how they like to regulate things. So, who knows? And with any business, there's always some sort of risk, right? I mean, think about it. Think about the risks that we've taken out here. We've done things, we've made some money, but not without risking our lives at some point. So risk,
Yeah, but
balance.
exploring space and seeing unknown things is so exciting. Like this, I mean, a casino, I mean, I'd just be sitting in one place and I can do that back at home. Like that's seems kind of boring because then I'm gonna.
Yeah.
And he kind of looks back at Kyrian and he's like, "Would owning a casino?" And she just kind of shakes her head before he even finish
Yeah,
the
and I
sentence.
hit him on the shoulder and I say, I'm just joshing with you, Ellis. I trust me. I remember, what's my job? I'm a ship captain. I've been out here for ages. I'm never going back home. I'm staying out here for the rest of my life. I'm gonna die out on the frontier somewhere. Possibly no one will ever even find my body, but I will have lived life to the fullest.
And he's like, "Yeah, but either way, we're going to maybe get one of these on the ship. I think it'd be fun. Be good for the morale."
I mean, we don't have a game room on the ship, do we? We certainly have a. What do we have? We've got something on the ship that's some kind of rec room or something, right? But I don't know that there are any kind of flashy light games, and flashy light games are always fun, even if it's not something that you can gamble with. Just old fashioned things like there's a thing that's called pinball. You'd probably like that a whole lot.
And he's
But
like,
it's a rarity these days to see that, but it's got lots of blinky lights and there's balls that go around and you hit them with flippers. It's really neat.
and he's like, "Interesting, flippers." And he's like thinking about like the swimming flippers, and he's like, "Those are kind of
But
big."
no,
And
not
just,
like that. Not like that.
I'll have to see what you're talking about, but yeah, we could definitely look into that. Um, and he kind of just is excited, and he's just like, "We should see if there's one here."
Deal. Let's go. We'll go looking around. Let's scout this place out. Let's see what else they have here. There's all sorts of neat stuff in this casino. Let's see what they have.
All right, and so we will
As
flip.
an aside, I can remember back on Earth when I was with my dad, and there was this place that was an arcade. And he said to me, "We can't go into the arcade because that's gambling. And people your age aren't allowed to go into the arcade." That was a long time ago.
Oh man. All right, so we're going to go back over to Stanley. Anything that you want to do, anything you want to look into additionally?
Well, after getting the ship squared away, I was gonna go and get a non-reprocessed meal.
Okay. So we will take you and Mason over to get a meal. And
Oh, yeah, I forgot
then,
he was with me.
yeah, unless you want him to bugger off.
No, that's fine. I just forgot he was with me.
Yeah. And yeah, sure enough,
So
Lyra comes over and she's like, she looks you up and down and she goes, "What'll it be?"
whatever's fresh.
And she kind of looks over and she's just like, "All right, we got the hash plate, we got station stew, we got a noodle bowl, we got fried fillets, we got the grilled protein strips, uh, basically bread, vegetables, chips. What do you want?"
I guess what's the station time?
Station
Like,
time.
is it morning? Is it afternoon? Is it evening?
I would say it's probably closer to afternoon, evening.
Okay. Uh, then I'll basically order what would be like a good late lunch type of meal.
Okay. Late lunch. So are you gonna go with spiced noodle bowl broth made from long boiled bone substitute noodles, greens, and chili paste?
Sure.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
And then she's like, and she shouts across, she's like, "One noodle bowl." And she looks over at Mason and she's like, "And you?" And then he just kind of like looks over and he's like, "The fillets?" And then she's like, "One fried fillet." And she goes, "Anything else?"
uh Coffee.
And she was like, "All right." And she kind of walks over. Her uh, attitude at a roll is very much different from that of Sam. And so she comes over, grabs a coffee and then water for Mason and brings it over and puts it down. And then she's like, "Let me know if you need anything." And then kind of like backs away and goes back over to serving other customers and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not being the warm, fuzzy type of person that that Sam was, so I'm not expecting the same treatment.
You're getting Ghostbusters. What do you want?
And then anything else? Would you like to engage her, Mari? Can't really engage Jace since he's cooking.
Right. No, I'm gonna be talking with Mason here and basically kind of looking at me like, so tell me what it is that you have learned so far in your role on the ship.
And he kind of looks and he's like, "Take good notes. Don't write all the words down. Shorthand. Uh, make sure that to inspect everything after every single time that people do something to make sure that there's no damage and that it's done correctly. Um, always make sure that the notes are in the style that you like it, and always get the notes to you on time."
all well and good, but what have you learned?
To make sure that when people ask me to do something that I do it and in a reasonable fashion.
Very clinical answers, Mason.
Thank you.
Okay, let me ask you this another way. What is your opinion on on all of the things that have happened in the last few weeks that you have joined us? We're not on the clock here.
He's kind of thinking, and
Well,
he's
not
like,
anymore.
well, I would say when I first met everyone, it was definitely scary. And then you all went to the planet, and then found nothing, and that was interesting. And then the ship had to be repaired, which was a little scary. Um, and then the situation on the ice planet was very surreal and weird, and a lot of things that just I don't understand how all of it comes together and culminates, but the weird creature, the well, I guess I can picture people taking advantage of other people, but and then the like killing, it just very interesting. But I'm just glad that it didn't involve me and that we're safe on the station now. We can relax and take a breather.
All right, well, fair enough. And seeing as we are on our off time at the moment, after we get done eating here, you are free to roam about the station as you wish. And also, here is your current pay, and I'll like slide him uh that basically like a little chit, I guess it would be right now, because I don't know if like paper money is actually used at this point in time anymore. So,
Oh, it
Yeah.
is.
is it okay?
Yeah, I'd say
Then yeah,
chit.
I'll just look.
I'd say chit's common. Uh, Paper money's a thing, but usually the chit's usually easier. So whichever
Yeah,
works for you.
yeah, and it's basically like here's your first pay basically, and it'd be like $800 or something like that.
And he like kind of like pulls it out, and he's like, "Whoa, that's a lot of money."
Yeah, well, we are in a place where it can actually be used, so I figured now would be a good time for you to actually use it. So once we're done eating here, you can wander around as you please. If you see something shiny that you want to have for your own personal for that, if you see something shiny that you want, you can use this.
He's like, "Okay, yeah, thank you." And you may or may not give me an observation roll, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, you notice Lyra kind of hearing that and then kind of looking at the boy and like getting like a smirk on her face.
Okay.
So with that, we are going to go back over to Isaac. Isaac, you are over in the quarantine area. Last we checked, and you were snooping around, uh, trying to be sneaky as Eli is going around trying to see if he can find that suit for you.
Yep.
And then you just kind of hear Eli's like, not over here either. I'll have to go check the other side. It might be over there. And he kind of walks to the other side, and is kind of like digging through things. What is it that you'd like to
Yeah.
do?
Well, I was gonna walk over to the labs, the ones that were decommissioned, and see like if there's any traces left on what they were working on.
Yeah, I would say as you walk through, you one thing that you can tell right away is you can see all the paneling has kind of been like busted off, and like the hard drives have been pulled from everything. And so like, as you're walking around, it's like hard drives pulled, hard drives pulled, hard drives pulled. Um, and so it's pretty much like that as you make your way around.
All right.
Anything else that you'd like to explore? Quarantine area.
Yeah, I guess
Go
we
look
check
at
out the
any of
quarantine area.
the equipment to see if there's anything you can take back, or
Well, most of this stuff's probably outdated compared to the stuff he has on the ship. He's gonna check out the quarantine area though.
yeah. Go ahead and give me an observation roll.
Okay. I'm gonna use the intense focus to give me a +2 on this. Uh,
Really focused on treasure hunting.
All
Dun,
right.
dun, 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 dun,
So is that
dun.
one where you ask a question, or is that not that one? No, it's analysis that you ask the question.
no,
That's right.
that's analysis.
Um, yeah. So you, as you look in, you kind of see, and you can kind of tell. There's definitely some like I don't want to say scar marks, but like you can definitely see that the quarantine area has been used. Um, you can definitely see where like things have kind of been rubbed against a lot more, like the metal's like not shiny. Like if you look up, like you can kind of see like when someone walks down the hall and touches the same thing, that area kind of gets dim a little bit.
Yeah.
Or and it's kind of like that where you kind of look through and you can definitely tell this quarantine area was used. You can see all the used marks and stuff like that. You see like like a scrape across the ground could have been easily from a table moving or something like that.
Yeah, Isaac's very familiar with quarantine areas, even before he became a scientist, so he's just, rubbing his hands, he's put on some gloves, and he just feels like, on edge, nervous, I'd say. Bad memories.
So yeah, are you just going around checking it out, or are you just looking in the room? Anything in particular,
He
or
he doesn't want to get too close to the interior, but I
okay?
guess most of it's already been scrubbed, like purged of any contaminants before they left, so he doesn't want to really catch anything that was left in here, so he's gonna make his way. Uh, he's gonna risk it. Actually, he's gonna go and see if he can't look for any like samples of like dead skin cells or hair or anything that might have been left over. He's gonna risk it.
Oh, so you're gonna go in.
Yes,
All
outside.
right.
Make sure his respirator is on well and have his gloves on.
Okay. Yeah. You make your way in. Um, you're kind of going around, checking the place and stuff like that, and everything's pretty squeaky clean. And then I'll say you kind of are looking around, and as you like kind of move something, it kind of bangs against a wall, and a tiny little corner piece of paper kind of drops to the ground. And it was kind of behind the paneling of the wall.
He's gonna bend over and pick up the paper.
And it's like, the corner, and it's like this big. It's like all you see, and all you see on it is NEP specimen 347. And then like everything else is kind of like crossed off, and like you can't really see anything else. It's just kind of like, and you kind of see like that bold line that's underneath it on the box, but there's nothing else that you see.
Oh, he's gonna take that piece and he's gonna tuck it into his one of his pockets.
Yeah. And as you're doing
He's
that,
gonna,
go ahead.
and he's gonna make his way back towards the lobby.
Yeah, I'd say like as you're going back, he's like, "Good news, found it right here." Funny enough, it was actually in the box underneath the suits. And he's just like, always the last place you look.
What condition is it in? Does it have the iridium coating already installed?
And he's like, looks good to me. And he just kind of tosses it, and he's like, you tell me. And I would say out of roll.
Roll a d6, see if it has it.
I'm just checking if the coating's on it, because that gives it a +1 to its armor rating.
Sorry, say that again. I was reading something, and then you said the +1 armor rating.
The suit has a base armor of 2, but if the coating was already on it, then it'd have a 3 armor rating.
Gotcha.
So I was just wondering if we already had that or not.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to think about that. I'm like, should it have it?
That's what I said. Just leave it up to luck.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
so it's optional. Okay.
Yeah, because normally if you get it with it, it's an additional cost. So like the 800 is just like the base
Okay.
version of it.
Let me look at the character sheets and let's see, is there anything that you can roll that would be... I am going to switch it up just for funsies. Give me a Comtech roll, because why not? Versus observation. We keep rolling observation. I want something different. So I'm saying Comtech. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, you see that coating on it.
How does Comtech apply to that?
I just wanted a different roll than observation.
He was just seeing if you got a success or not, I think.
Yeah, it was purely just for a success standpoint. So yes, you
Alright.
see it on there.
Alright.
So he's like, what do you think?
Oh, seems to be in good condition. I assume this was part of the equipment used by the corporation stationed here.
He's like, I don't know. In the box, in the registry, I don't know. I was a corpsman, came here. I like it. It's simple. It's quiet. I get paid. The rules are nice because it prevents fights, which means I don't have to patch up a bunch of drunk people and deal with them. So it's a very cush job. So do you want it?
I'll be.
I don't know, man. I just work here.
Yeah.
I'll be happy to take
Do
this.
you
off
want the
you
suit
guys.
or not?
So you do want it.
Yes.
And then, are you making any reference to the iridium to him, or no?
No, he's gonna keep that to himself. If he can't tell the difference, he's gonna see if he can't pocket the cost.
Yeah, he's like, he goes, these things are old. It's been there, I don't know, what, 400, 500? What are you thinking?
I'd say 400.
He's like, all right,
Although I could go as high as 450.
450 works for me. It's one more piece of relic junk that's been sitting here that we can get rid of.
I'd say it's less of a relic junk. I know some models are used by the Jihalad Institute, but if that's what you say,
It's been here longer than I've been here. It's not moving. Inventory's got to turn over. You can't have it stale. So as long as you're using it, I could care less, and it gets it out of here, and that's one less box that we have to keep, because that was the only thing in it, surprisingly. Shocker. I'm sure if we go through a lot of these crates, there's probably a lot of things like that.
well, I'll be sure to bring this back to my vessel. You can go ahead and let the uh, quartermaster know that this item is no longer on the registry.
And he's like, he turns over and he takes out his tablet and he's like, yep, already marked it off. Good to go. One less thing.
Now, I do have questions about access to the station's database for referencing information. I just need to make sure that there has been any updates in laboratory standards according to the ICC since my last time in hypersleep. And out of character, I want to try and use this as an excuse to look up the NEP specimen 347 and see if there's anything left on the station
Yeah,
that has
so
worth spotted.
he's just going to look at you and he's going to be like, yeah, if you want to use any computer terminal, you can look up whatever you want. As far as looking up actual data on the station and everything else, you're going to have to talk to Rowan on that one. That's a
And
tall ask.
and Rowan is
He should have been the guy that checked you in when you first got here. No one gets on the station without seeing him.
yes. All right. Well, thank you, Doctor. Hopefully, there's no. Well, actually, there's something I want to bring up.
And he's like, shoot.
Last time, the last planetoid we were on, we ran into those pirates, raiders, however you say, that were brought on by the Marshal and her crew. They mentioned a Sean Wilson and how he was exhibiting some symptoms of an illness before being handed off to an unknown ship. I was wondering if you've heard any information about him coming through or any ship that may have stopped by our last coordinates. I'm worried he may have picked something up from the pressurized environment aboard the planetoid, and I want to ensure that we nip this in the bud unless he's already on the way towards the outer rim. It's hard to be sure.
And he's like, immediately, he's like, nope, never been a Sean Wilson or anyone like that. The only person we have is, well, the only person that's been here, well, I guess I should back that up again. I guess technically I did have the Marshal and the guy who killed the Marshal, but those were just bodies.
Simple
From
autopsies.
And the only other person I've really had in probably the last month has been just our local resident Crazy. But
Crazy? How so?
he just is one of those people who goes and shouts a bunch of things and then sits in the corner and does a bunch of gibberish. He found them in space. Probably just space
Found him in
syndrome.
space.
Yeah, he was on a
Space.
ship and it was pretty
Oh,
damaged. and there was no information really that we could glean on it. It had some markings on it, but seemed like whatever was written on it kind of got burnt off, and so nothing we can really do, track it from or anything, and he just keeps repeating the same things, and so we just keep him here, keep him happy, keep him
Is he
fed.
is he suffering from any oxygen deprivation, neurological degradation from lack of hypersleep? Was the ship just drifting, or did it have its tachyon shunts engaged?
No, it's just drifting. Crew just found it, went over there, and when they examined it, they were hoping it was salvage, but unfortunate for them, fortunate for this guy, they found him in cryo, and as soon as he woke up, started yelling and screaming and shouting.
This was a shuttle, right? A Starcub model?
I think it was one of those outer roll, basically Sojourner Weaver, Ridley, that little
Yeah,
vessel.
the shuttle,
Yeah, is that
Starcub,
what it? Okay.
Starcub scout shuttle.
Yep. So he was like, "Yeah, some vessel like that. I don't know what specific. I'm not the person who found it. I'm just maintain
The
them."
corpsman, yes, I
Yeah.
understand. Well, seeing as we might be here for the foreseeable future, would it be alright if I took a diagnosis of him? Perhaps he might be suffering from something that might be cured, should I have the right reagents mixed in or therapies discussed. In any case, it might help me further some, well, best to get to see his condition.
He's like, "That's fine with me. If you can cure him, that's one less person I have to deal with. Although I've gotten pretty used to him, so it would be interesting to see what life would be like if I wasn't caring for him. He's kind of like brother now in an odd way. Oh, I have been hanging out with him too much. But yeah, sure. He's
Awesome.
he's like he's back this way, and so just kind of like takes you back, and so unknown
Yeah,
crazy
up the elevator.
is the guy that you would be talking to, but we're going to pause there.
Okay.
And go over to Sam. Sam, you just won some money. You're at the slots. You're talking about pinballs. You're gonna go explore.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Let's spend some time walking around, checking out the casino.
Okay.
Um, and then I'm going to say farewell to Ellis and Kyrian and Gadget and Flash. And I'm going to go to the communication center and send the message to my brother Franklin, wherever the heck it is that he is. He's somewhere. He's somewhere here in the frontier somewhere.
Yeah.
Um, so that's my plan.
Okay.
So where would the communication center even be?
If you go straight northwest, there's a communication tower relay. And basically, when you go over there, there's going to be someone working there. Um, I would say it's administration office zone area offices, but just to break it up a little bit, I mean, technically you could go over to the offices. Let's do
Okay.
that. Since you're already
All right.
mouse there, we'll say you go over there. It's kind of like a check-in
Well,
thing. There's a front desk. You tell them what you want to do. You get directed over there, and they're like, you kind of tell them that you want to relay this message, and they go through, and they're like, are you trying to set up a live communication with them? Is this trying to send off a message to them? What are you looking to do?
just sending a message. No images, no video, just text message. Nothing particularly long, nothing of any kind of sensitive nature. Just a recap of what I've been doing the past roughly few weeks.
Yeah.
So,
All
yeah.
right. And is this going to be, do you need a terminal? Do you already have it pre-recorded, or is this going to be a mailed hard letter?
It will be a data packet that Do I have, like, what do I have in the way of computer-y stuff that I could even type on? Like, trying to think of Alien. Alien's pretty
Well, I imagine you write on a
retro when it comes to these sorts of things.
I would
I
say
imagine you write the right. Sorry, I imagine you
yeah,
write on a terminal and either use the intranet to send it to the relay, or you download it on a magnetic disk and you can send it and you can give it to them that way.
yeah. So you could
And I
probably
probably have been, go ahead.
yeah, as I say, you could probably do it on the ship, and then you probably could have had it on your data chip, and then hand it over to them. They'll download it, or if you needed a terminal,
Right.
they also have an available
Yeah.
terminal if you need to type it up.
And I probably have been recording it, writing it during my off hours. So I'm just putting the finishing touches on it and then I'm sending it. So yeah, it's, just an email, page or three long. Here's what we did, the fun stuff we saw, the crazy antics of my fellow shipmates, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and they kind of go through, they get it, and they're like, it'll be 5 credits. And then is this priority or is this just get
Nope,
it
it can take
there?
the slow boat.
Okay.
It can take the slow boat.
Anything else that you need from us while you are here?
I'd like to buy some stamps.
Stamps? And they're
I
just kind of,
say jokingly.
and they're like getting ready to like look, and they're like, no, you give, and then they're like, oh, like they're about to explain to you, like you give them the letter, and then they have the stamps here, like they don't give them to you, um, and they're just like, anything else I can help you with?
Well, um, what's the latest news from do you have a local newspaper, a ship's or a station newspaper that is produced just out of curiosity?
She kind of turns and she goes, no. If you go to one of the wall panels that you've seen around here, you can kind of click them, interact with them. It'll have the updates of what's happening around here when shipments are coming. You can get some basic data, station information that way. As far as
Okay.
newspapers, there's nothing really exciting, I guess, to be
Okay.
newspaper worthy.
So is there something that's the equivalent of a library on the station where I can go and read the news from the past couple months?
And they're like, yeah, absolutely. You can go and use one of the terminals, and then you can access any of the reports that come into this area that we're able to glean, that make it this way, and then we catch them all and put them into the computer database. Um, and then they kind of, where would this be? Is it going to be in the same place, or am I going to put it somewhere different for funsies? I think it might just be in the same place. Yeah.
If it's in the same place, I could see that being a
Yeah, I would say they'd point to a terminal and they'd say there's a terminal
okay.
over there. You're welcome to use it. Password is password, one word, 1234. Yes, we know. It's just so that way we have one there. It's not meant to be,
Right.
and they're just kind of going through it because they've been pinged about this so many times and they're like tired of saying it.
Hey, it's a process. You've done your part, right? All right. So
Absolutely.
Sam's going to sit back at one of these stations and he's going to just start going through what they have in the way of news going back. Oh, gee. Let's go back 6 months. I'm going to spend the rest of my day up until the point where it's evening meal time,
Okay.
just going through the news, trying to get an idea of what really is going on. What was reported about the murder of the previous marshal? What sort of things have people done here that have gotten them in trouble? And like if there's any big news of ship X or Y or Z has shown up, and it's been a while since X or Y or Z has been here, and they're like just that kind of thing.
Yeah, so I will kind of give you a quick recap. So I'll say you pull it up and it's Marshall drunk, uh bar fight, um man knifes Marshall, man shot by security. And it's like short sweet.
Essentially, same story.
Yep. The
Okay.
next things that you would have seen because this is all public record because they want everyone to see this. So that way they understand. And so like you look at the next one and it's like uh guy gropes woman, um was told to stop, did it again, was removed from station. And then it was um three guys came onto station, uh, loud, obnoxious, pulled a gun, and then it was guards shot and killed all three men.
Okay.
It's like, and it's just stories like that where it's like you get one chance and that's it. If you do something too far, everyone just died. Like, and then some other ones are like, person grabbed food from restaurant, threw it on the ground, calling it crap. Person was removed from station.
Removed from station. The dubious removed from station. Where to?
Back on their ship, of course.
Back on their ship. All right.
So yeah, that's a lot of the stories. And then I would say, is there anything in particular that you're looking for outside?
Well, I'm kind of curious about the last adventure, and if there's anything at all mentioned in there that might connect to what was his name? Greg?
Yeah, Greg.
And right, and his little ship and all of that. Just just kind of looking for some stuff to satisfy, tying up loose ends, that kind of thing. I'm not expecting to find anything about them in there, but you never know.
Yeah, the only thing you get is you look around, and it's you get general adverts, beware of people scamming on cults, beware of
Oh, okay.
people scamming on religion. And it's just kind of like I'm trying to think like the um big news that just kind of goes out in general, to all the different planets, all the different colonies, like general warnings and stuff, where it's one of those things where you just click X every single time you see the pop-up come up, because you see it so much. Um, and then actually, like when you look up Greg, you actually find a Craigslist flying advert, and he's like, pilot for hire. He's like,
There's our man. Hey, we need a pilot again. Come on back.
and yeah, you
Right.
see an advert. You go through and you've seen a couple. They're on the station and everything. He's done it multiple times and he keeps re-upping it, putting a new one. And you see him kind of updated each time with different logos and things, trying to make it flashier. His prices change.
Like the
You've
cut
seen
of
that.
his jib.
Yeah, you've seen his prices like go up and down, up and down. You're like, man, hard times, good times, hard times, good times.
It's not easy being a pilot out on the frontier. That's for sure. All right, Sam's satisfied. He's done some searching. He's happy.
All right. And then
All
we'll go back to
right.
Stanley. Stanley, anything you'd
Yeah.
like to do now that you've had your meal? Is there anything else from Lyra or the Veranda restaurant?
No, I had nothing really specific for there other than just the obvious eating a decent meal, and giving Mason his first little paycheck. Otherwise, the only other thing that I'd be doing kind of around the station itself would be something to the effect of uh, just kind of looking around and see if there are any investment opportunities. Isn't really the right term I'm looking for, but basically seeing if there's I guess just to put in game terms, it's like find a quest board type of thing, right? To see if there's like things that could be done I guess along the way of what we're already doing.
Yeah, so a job board, job posting, like a request for hire, or someone wants you to transport something, someone wants you to deliver something, someone wants you to take them somewhere, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought I had a generator for that.
I can send you the link to the one I used if you want to use that.
Sure.
All right, 1 sec.
Is it the Morbius alien link?
Hello?
Yep.
Yep, it is. You're looking for the job for. Alright, I'll send you the link for this one and this one.
Yep. Perfect. I was like, that's the one I was looking for. Cargo enforcement expedition. Yeah, what type of thing are you looking for? Any in particular, or
No, nothing in particular. Just trying to see um if like there's anything that, like I said, kind of just aligns with the things that we're already doing, or if there's just in something that if I see it, be like, this could be a good opportunity for company expansion type of thing.
so I'll say the first thing is actually, let me write this down so that way we have it. Actually, I can go back to stream on this, so I don't need to write it down. First one is going to
And that's
be,
the one time that we lose the recording.
yes, I know that's what's going to happen. There is a cargo transportation, transporting livestock to cattle in stasis, ready for rearing on an off-world colony, going to a mining facility. It is the colony that is the representative. It's in a nearby system for 41,000 UA dollars. There is another one which is going to another outpost and transporting a lot of industrial chemicals. And that's $34,000. And there is transporting medicinal goods to a hostile planet with lots of things that want to kill you. So Australia, for 30,000. And then that was cargo. Let's see what this one does. Does it give me anything? No. Let's try this one. Yeah, I'd say those are the ones. The other ones they're a little bit more independent. They would be a whole entire thing in itself.
Mm.
So, and if there's anything else that you want to pitch me, I'm open to it as well that you might have found. So if you want to come up with something, feel free. You can do it off stream if you need to as well.
Mhm. Well, I will also kind of give it to the hive mind of the other two if any of that's any of that stuff sounds interesting. 'Cause I mean, just on pure money making, just transporting a few cattle for was it 41,000
Yep.
seems simple enough, especially if it's something on the way to our next destination. Um,
Yeah. The Australia one sounds
now,
interesting.
yeah, I know the Australia one sounds interesting,
Thirty
but that is
thousand
also
credits.
that seems like a lot less money for a lot more risk.
That's true.
But
Yeah, we got
Risk
plenty
is
of
our
time, and
business.
yeah,
and like just the straight player in me is all like, yeah, let's take the Australia mission, but I also have to like go on the uh actual character is all like, why would we do this?
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
So, yeah, and then anything else that your character wants to do?
Um, yeah, other than just kind of like generally explore like the station and everything like that, not in particular. I will try to make sure that we have our own kind of uh secure like password message thing for if slash when we want to potentially return here,
Yeah,
because I know we kind of got in piggybacking on someone else. So if we try to do the same thing again, if we try to use the same code again, it might not work because they might end up changing it
yep.
uh, after we leave this time.
Yeah, absolutely. You can talk to Rowan. I'm working on getting the essentially the pre-shared key, uh, so that way you guys can be able to access the facility in the future. Probably some more paperwork that you have to do and everything else and registering, but that's absolutely something that you can do as well. And we
Mhm.
just got a message in chat. She goes, "Are they colonial marines, scavengers, or recove?" They are building better world is what we are basing this on, and they are
We're
explorers.
explorers.
Or yep, spores.
So they are actually part of the Aurora Ventures company. They have a very spunky young CEO who sponsored all of this and got them going.
We're corpo scum.
Yeah. And so
Well,
they
I
are
mean,
Hey, speak for yourself.
family is.
and so they are going and exploring the planets as they are making their way to Ironside, the planet. Um, and that place is a very rich and abundant planet that they're trying to get to. And that is kind of their end goal. So they're working as part of this corporation to get there, and they're getting passage along the way. Now, some of them are corporate, and so will remain with the ship, but some of them will. Their goal is to get to the planet and explore it as well. But welcome in. All right, so Stanley, um, you'd probably talk to Rowan on that one in terms of getting all that stuff lined up. So
Yep.
we will transition back to Isaac. Let me fix this guy. Isaac, you come in and the doctor introduces you. And he's like, all right. Well, here he is. Let me move him out of the way just because. And you kind of see him. He's not strapped to anything. He's just kind of like in the room, kind of on the bed by himself. He's kind of cowering um he's kind of in a room. I know the map doesn't show it, but he's actually just kind of in a room. He can enter and leave it as he pleases. And he goes, so this is our resident, I don't know, just
Patient.
patient. Yeah, patient. That we've had here for the past 6 months or so. And yeah, he just kind of repeats the same thing and walks around and doesn't really notice anybody. Just kind of has to have the light on at all times. Does not like the dark. Do not turn off the light. If you do, he's your patient and he will be going with you.
Did you ever send a DNA sample down to any government bodies that they might have his ID on record if he belongs to any of them?
He's like, I don't know why I didn't think about that. We just searched the ship
Well,
and everything and his items, and that actually might be
well,
tough now that I think about it, because now that I remember last time we tried to draw blood, the needle ended up in my arm. That's right. That's probably
let's
why
see.
we didn't do it.
Well, so the name of the shuttle was burned off, you said?
Yeah, it was just burned, like, I don't know, like, it wasn't burned like someone sat there with a torch. It looked like kind of like an explosion or something, and it kind of like had singeing on the outside.
And and the computer aboard the shuttle, no mentions of what ship it was attached to, no lo- black box, no coordinates,
Everything was wiped.
as in it as it stopped by a pulsar neutron star. I guess it doesn't really matter.
I,
Onwards to the items. What did you say he had on him, or rather was in the ship?
uh, I wasn't the one that went through, but if I had to remember correctly, I think it was pretty much all the standard things that are normal on that ship. And I think he was covered in like some blood, but he didn't have any wounds. Um, he had a shirt. He was in his boxers. That's right. He was in a t-shirt and boxers too. That was really
That's
weird.
pretty. No, that's pretty standard outfits for when you enter hypersleep.
Yeah, but not when it's got blood on it.
Hmm, I see. Well, attempt to establish a dialogue, and perhaps I can gather some fingernails or hair samples on the floor. It might not be as potent as a blood sample, but at least you'll be able to upload the data onto your computer and send a request out. And as I'm looking through the window, what kind of details can I gather about this man? What's his ethnicity? How is his hair long, shaggy? What does he look like?
Yes. Oh, I forgot to make the note. Did I make the note in his profile? I know what it is in my head, but I'm trying to remember the exact. Okay, unknown crazy. Let's see.
Wow.
Nope, that's all the stolen NPC character information. Okay. So he looks like the token. So if you zoom in on his face, that is what he looks like. Although I would say his hair is much longer, because that just hasn't been cut in a long time. He's very frail, like skinny, like he's just not eating a lot. He's kind of like curled up in a ball, and he's your standard, like he's like rocking, and it's like he's talking to himself, and then like he'll like stop and like looks up at you, And then like goes back to rocking, and it just looks like he's talking.
Now, doc- doctor, I do have a question.
Fire away.
Are you certain? Are you certain this patient is a? Well, my first theory was that he was a malfunctioning android, seeing as whatever might have wiped the computers might have also damaged whatever circuitry he had, and the fact he couldn't draw blood might have meant that he might not know if there was any lubricant instead of blood. But judging by the long hair and frail nature, perhaps he might be a synthetic. Long-term lack of maintenance can explain the loss of musculature, much so like someone who doesn't eat. The longer hair, though, I'm not sure if that's an android model. We'll have to see if I can't run any diagnoses. Maybe there's a port I might find, or he might simply be a person. Although I'll have to establish dialogue.
Well, I can
Before I do
answer that
so, is
question
this
for
room?
you. When
Yes.
you go through a scanner, and everyone gets registered when you come out if you're a synthetic or not. So I can tell you for
In
a
the
fact.
station
Sorry?
or the medical center? In the station or the medical center?
In the station. All that information goes directly to Dr. Ackbar, and then they keep that information closed held. But I was fortunate enough to be told that he is, in fact, human. So,
Oh, doctor, should I be able to help this patient in any way, can you do me a favor and get me a log of whether or not there is a synthetic among my crew? None have been disclosed as so far, but it would be good to know.
he's like, I can ask, but probably not. That's definitely out of my wheelhouse. But I can relay it on your behalf. But I'm not asking it on mine.
That's only fair. Now, this room, I assume it has a microphone inside of it?
No, although we
No?
probably could put one in there. But no, it's just your standard room. We can go ahead and close the blinds just to give people privacy. It's just you know,
Well, alright. If just have security on standby if the patient proves to be agitated. And he's going to straighten up his lab coat. The suit is probably sent over to the ship by now, and he's gonna knock on the door, or either the side of the door, and wait for the patient to respond.
and the doctor looks at you and just laughs. He goes, "Security's not coming over here. You mess with them, whatever happens on you." The guy weighs maybe 100 and some pounds. If you can't push that back, actually, that'd be
Well,
pretty funny to see him.
last time I checked, I'm not the one who had a needle in my arm. So
Yeah,
we'll see how this goes.
but you have the luxury of knowing that he'll fight back when a needle's in his face. I just walked over as any patient, and then when I went to grab his arm and put it in there, he grabbed it from me and shoved it in before I could even react. So, a little bit different situation. Information, not having the information.
Nevertheless, I think we'll try and reach out to the patient, like call out to him, like, "Hello, can you hear me? Understand me?"
Are you in the room or are you trying to do it from like outside?
I'd say the doorway.
Okay. So the doors would open. You'd see there's no lock on these doors. They just open, go. Um, and yeah, you open the door and all you see is him rocking. And then he's just like, they come in the dark. They come in the dark. Keep the lights on. Keep the lights on. The darkness. The darkness. It comes. It comes. And he just kind of repeats himself.
He looks back towards the doctor, kind of with a sense of like, like I'd say incredulity Like, this is clearly not nonsense. Like, this is clearly some sort of, like, post-traumatic stress disorder. And he's gonna come inside and reach out. Like, say, can you hear me?
And,
Hello?
and he just keeps
Dr.
rocking.
Grace? Right? He's gonna turn off the lights and turn them back on quickly, like a split second. See if he can't get any sort of... Just try and snap him out of this.
Seizure.
Yeah. So, trying to get my voice ready. You go to flick off the lights, and Dr. Eli's like, "No, don't!" And as soon as you go to flick them off, the lights cut out as you click it, and I thought about screaming, but there's no way I'm screaming tonight. Like,
Yeah, just say he yells. I appreciate
he
that.
gives out the most horrific scream, and like grabs the bed and like drops it down and pulls it to the side and gets underneath the bed, and he's like, "Run, run, run, run! They're coming! They're coming! They're coming!" And like he's just screaming and screaming and screaming. As soon as you flick it on,
Alright.
like
Yeah.
he just continues his screaming, and he's just sitting there, and he's like, and Dr. Eli's like sitting there, and he's just like, "You dumbass." And he
You did
walks
not
out the
tell me this
room.
reaction.
He walks out the room and closes the door behind him, and he goes, "You're on duty for the next 4 hours." And he just walks right
Cool.
off, and he's just like,
He's not a fan of the people he's met so far on this expedition. They've all just seemed so nonchalant. So he's going to come in. I assume this gives me a bit point of stress.
yes, absolutely. You would definitely be in the room. You'd flick the lights, and in the like, seeing this man like get up and like flip the mattress and stuff off and like freak out and everything else. You
Would that be a
absolutely.
panic roll?
Sorry.
Would that also be a panic roll, seeing that happen?
You tell me.
I'd
Would
say
you?
so.
Would your
Like,
character panic by seeing that? Because that's more of
yeah,
a
if somebody just started like randomly screaming, crying out about like when you turn off the lights, either that or a stress response.
yeah. I put that on you because some characters, if they might
Yeah,
have
that'd
seen
be a panic
stuff.
response.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do it then. Our first panic.
Yeah, I'm spooked.
Spooked. All right. We got our
Yeah,
first
he's spooked.
panic roll.
Yeah, so like he's spooked. He jumps back after seeing that, and the lights are on. He's going to like be like stressed back a bit, wait for himself to like calm down, and then he is going to see if he can't reach out to this guy. See if he can't like bring him back to his senses. Maybe by grabbing his flashlight and try and shine it in his face to sort of like snap him out of this.
All right.
And he's gonna keep saying, even as he's screaming, it's like, "You're safe. The lights are on. I need you to talk to me. All right?" And he's gonna keep saying this slowly but surely as he's trying to like snap him out of this.
So I would say he's kind of like underneath the mattress and stuff and underneath the bed. And as you like lean down, he would yell and scream and just be like, "Get away from me! Stay away! Stay away!" And he's like kicking and punching, and he's just like not letting you nearby at all. And I'd say we're going to pause
Listen to me.
there, and we're going to
All right.
segue to Sam. Sam.
Sam
what-
wants to know what's going on with.
Yeah.
All right. So Sam is going to. So Sam spent the rest of that afternoon reading in the quote unquote station library. And now it's dinner time. He's going to go back to the restaurant and he's going to order the stew that he recalls being on the menu. And
Okay.
another bottomless pot of coffee.
Okay. Uh, anything in particular that you want to talk about with Lyra or anything?
Uh, no,
Okay.
I think at this point, I'm willing to since I'm kind of curious. I'm wanting to get back to what Liam's doing, so I'm willing to say, all right, yeah. Sam goes back and he eats his meal. Next.
Yeah, Lyra's sitting there, and she comes back and she's like, "Back again," and she's like, "More coffee for you?"
Yes, please. The food's good here. Remember, I've been on the ship for a while, so anything that's different than shipboard food is usually a treat.
All right. And Stanley, would you also be in the restaurant still, or would you be somewhere else?
Oh no, I definitely would have left by then.
Okay. Um, and so, yeah, she's just small talking you and everything, asking you questions, back and forth. Stanley,
Right.
we'll go back to you. Anything that you want to do? Uh,
Um, no, other than like trying to like figure out a way for us to earn a bit more uh extra money and stuff like that. I'm not really sure what else I would be doing at this current point in time.
okay. Let me just change this. I'm slowly changing all the tokens to get them refitted. All right. So, with that, I think that's where we are going to pause for this evening. Uh, so Stanley went around, resupplied the ship, made some small purchases, got a meal in them, had a talk with Kyrian. Sam went around, got some food, got a little bit of information, went to the casino, had a blast with Ellis. His Ellis is the MVP in his mind, obviously, and then went over to the offices to send a letter to his brother, and then kind of look at the news, kind of see what's going on with the station. Isaac also made some purchases, had to go to the medical wing to see if he could provision some items. During that time, they went to the storage area or the medical wing, in which, um, as the doctor was looking around for the suit that he wanted and the CBRN detection device, he also snooped around behind his back, trying to see if he could find anything. Found a tiny piece of paper. And then went and talked to the local crazy guy and spooked him, did what he shouldn't have done, what the doctor literally said not to do. And now he's in charge of babysitting after he had our first panic of the evening. Well, of the campaign, sorry. So we are going to move to experience points. So everyone gets 1 for participating. Did you risk or sacrifice something to further your agenda? Did you risk your life for your buddy PC? Did you challenge or stand up to your rival PC? We
Well,
finally
I
got one.
guess that Isaac risks going to the old quarantine bay to see if he can't find information, knowing his like past about it.
Yeah, if that's something that you deem your character would be, absolutely.
Cool.
You get our first point for panic roll.
Yep, I do. Nice.
Did you overcome a dangerous event using violent or non? I wouldn't say that one's a dangerous event.
Not yet, anyway.
Not yet.
Right. At this point, it's just creepy.
Yes. Did you make a significant discovery or revelation? I'd say Isaac. That's probably one. Sam,
Oh yeah.
did you get one?
I kind of feel like I did.
Yeah, I was like, was it the Lyra
The
and or was it
the fact
the
that the marshal was murdered, apparently.
yeah.
I don't know if that's significant yet or not. That's kind of one of those things. I kind of feel like there's some stuff going on, and the fact that the station manager is kind of sequestered in her own little place.
Yeah, we got our Howard Hughes over here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say go ahead and take give yourself a point.
And the
Stanley.
fact that Ellis really likes the casino.
Yeah. Uh did you discover or make a revelation or anything?
Nah.
Nah. Did you perform an extraordinary action of some kind?
No, I mean, based on all of the stuff that's happened here, like I think I'm maybe getting 2 points total.
Gotcha. And then last one is, did anyone earn money? Sam, you
did.
earn money, so you get a point.
All right.
All right, and that
I'm
is
going back to the
where,
casino next session.
yeah, and that is where we are going to end tonight's session. So just as a recap, we are down 2 players, so we might be replacing them. Our campaign has gone a little bit longer than we expected, so hopefully in the future we will be replacing them with potentially new characters, or if they're able to jump back in, we'll bring them back. So that's a quick update there. So, I say Stanley, Peter, uh, did you have the sign off?
Yeah. So you got Stanley going through the manifest and everything like that, and just kind of checking everything off, like kind of like recording everything. Is like, and 1 set of livestock to be delivered at X location. Should be fairly easy to do, as long as nobody does anything stupid.
Awesome. All right. So thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. We will be live next week, next Tuesday, starting at 8 p.m. as always. So tune in. Let's see what happens next with the unknown crazy guy and Isaac, and see what happens there. And then see if Sam goes back to gamble some more, and then see what Stanley does. If he starts docking people pay for not checking in or something. Who knows? So, thank you, everybody. Have a great evening. And as always, don't forget to add your proficiency bonus. Have a great evening, everybody.
Night.
Danger. The emergency disrupt system is now activated. The ship will detonate in T-minus 10 minutes. The option to override automatic detonation expires in T-minus